What's up and welcome to Taiwan. My name's Luke Martin with Chopstick Travel, and today I am so excited to be back here in Taiwan. We are in Kaohsiung, which is in the south of Taiwan, right on the coast, and today we have an exciting video for you. We are going to be having a seafood feast. So as I said, it's so nice to be back here, but we had an incredible time in India. If you didn't check out that series, make sure you hit the links down in the description box. We are on our way to Cijin Island, which is a very small island, a short ferry ride off of Kaohsiung, and they are famous for their seafood. So we are super excited. It is breakfast time though, and the seafood restaurants don't open till about lunch. So we are heading now to get some duck for breakfast.
也808呢，877这里要洗265，葱粥各有2小，要个青菜哦。
We are at the restaurant now. This is an extremely popular restaurant, as I mentioned, for duck. So they serve all kinds of different things duck, but their specialty dish is this one right here. This is the ya rou fan, which is sort of like Taiwanese lu rou fan, which is braised pork rice. But this is pieces of duck with those little fatty chunks of braised pork and then on rice. It looks absolutely beautiful. This is a boiled duck, boiled with lots of spices, and then we also ordered a side of just the duck meat. So you can see the stuff's still right on the bone, served with a little bit of ginger here, and then just boiled plain. And then we've also got some xian cai, which is the vegetables, boiled water spinach with lots of garlic in there. It smells really good. We've got 2 different types of sauces. It looks like a sweet sauce and a chili spicy sauce. This meal looks absolutely beautiful, so let's dig into this. Let's start with this duck rice. I'm gonna make sure I get lots of little pieces of that fatty pork and then a nice sliver of that duck, and the skin is still attached, and lots of rice as well. So let's try that. Oh, yum. That is really, really juicy duck. That duck also has a little bit of an oiliness coming from the skin as well. The skin was nice and soft, so it wasn't chewy whatsoever. And then those little bits of that pork fat kind of just melt in your mouth, and then the rice just holds everything together. That is really, really delicious. Surprisingly simple, but delicious. Let's go in for one more bite. Try this piece here. Oh man, that is boneless duck meat. Let's try that. Oh man. So oily. Wow. Let's go in for a piece of the duck meat by itself. I'm gonna have a little bit of ginger and then just try it by itself. Oh man. Oh, that skin is so good. Sometimes I find duck skin might be a little bit too chewy, but that just completely liquefies in your mouth as soon as you bite into that. And then a nice little hit of ginger complements it very nicely. Oh man, that is good. Let's dip the rest of this into this sweet sauce here. Let's try that. Oh yeah, this is awesome. Oh yum. It almost tastes like a little bit of a cinnamon flavor in there, and almost kind of like fermented, but nice and sweet. That duck meat is to die for. To round out our meal, we've got our vegetables here. I can see, look at all that garlic in there. That is what dreams are made of, and that is why I love Taiwan. So much garlic in their vegetables. Let's try that. Oh man, so aromatic. Wow, perfect way to complement the oily duck meat too. The owner here is really friendly, and he just brought us over a complimentary bowl of soup. So this is actually the soup that the duck is prepared in, and you can see there's just tons of ginger in there and little pieces of duck fat floating around. So let's give this a try. Oh yum. That has like a little bit of a saltiness to it. Very light though, and then a nice ginger kick once again. You can just taste that duck aroma in there. Wow, that is really good, and I think this is free refills as much as you could drink. I'm gonna grab this end of the drumstick here and try this chili sauce. So I'll give it a little bit of a dip here, and let's try that. Oh man, there's a lot of meat on that. Oh nice, wow. It's a little bit sweet too, that sauce, and it's got a little bit of a chili heat to it. But man, that duck the skin is just blowing my mind. So oily and rich. Finished off with our duck breakfast. That was surprisingly delicious. Really full of flavors. What did you think?
That was awesome. I mean, we didn't even order the ginger soup. It was given complimentary, and that was even full of flavor. The whole meal was just perfect.
Yeah, honestly, the soup was one of the best things in the whole meal. So right now we are heading, as I mentioned, to Cijin Island. We have to take a ferry there, so let me show you guys how to do that and the views from the ferry. In order to get to Cijin Island, you're going to want to make your way down to the water. So we are here at the Kaohsiung port. You can actually see Cijin Island just across the water. It is not the nicest day, but that's okay. We are just gonna walk along the harbor here until we get to the ferry terminal, get on the boat, and go over to the island. We are on the ferry now. It's just gonna be a very short ride. I think only 15 or 20 minutes or maybe even less. And that only cost us 25 Taiwan dollars. So we actually used our Easy card. If you have an Easy card, you can use that and just beep yourself in. Otherwise, you can pay cash. And we made our way down to the Gushan ferry terminal, and we are on the boat now, just waiting to launch and head to Cijin Island. And we are here. That was really short. I think that was even shorter than 15 minutes.
Like 5 minutes.
Yeah, maybe 5 minutes. Really quick ride, and now we are dropped right in the old street of Cijin, and we're gonna explore a little bit before we get some lunch later. The main street you get dropped off at after taking the ferry here to Cijin is just lined, packed, full of seafood restaurants. We are still a little bit stuffed from our duck breakfast, so I think we're gonna head to a market that is very close to here called the Qihou market, and we're gonna work up a little bit more of a hunger.
So this market is famous for a lot of its dried seafood, so dried fish in particular, shrimp and squid. You can find lots of it here, and they're actually in bags, so you can take them home.
Just finishing off of the Qihou market. That's a pretty small market, but interesting. As Sabrina said, they have all kinds of different dried seafood products. The smell is pretty strong, so if you're not a fan of seafood, you might not like it in there. But we are just gonna head now to the restaurant and order up a big seafood feast. This is the seafood restaurant we are going to eat at. They have all kinds of different seafoods, mostly native, but some are also import too. So just check these out here. We have everything. I think this is like a type of sea cucumber that's been sliced up. Some kind of sea snails here. I'm not even exactly sure what everything is. We've got some type of seaweed here, and we ordered these up. These clams are really delicious. They stir fry these with basil, and we also got these massive clams. These are probably the biggest clams I've ever seen in my entire life. We got these grilled, and we're also gonna order up a crab. So I am really excited. The seafood here looks really fresh and delicious. So I think this is the crab that we are going to eat. This is a really beautiful looking crab on the outside. Lots of meat on it, and actually not too expensive. Check that out. Oh man. All right, let's order this guy up.
Hey.
Okay. seafood has arrived. We have all of our dishes. It looks absolutely beautiful. Let me introduce what we've got here. So first off, we've got our clams stir-fried with basil, tons of garlic. I can just smell the aroma of that garlic and basil. It looks amazing. There's also chilies in there. And then over here, we have our barbecued giant clams. I don't think I've even seen a clam half the size of these ones. They are absolutely huge, and I can smell some butter coming off of those. And then of course, the pièce de résistance is the beautiful, beautiful looking crab. That has got to be one of the most gorgeous things I have ever laid my eyes on. Just check that out, kind of pink, red coloration, and there is gonna be a lot of meat in those claws. I am totally ready to dig into this meal. Let's start with these clams. I can see there's tons of garlic. There's some chilies in there. Let's find one of these clams that I can open up. And, oh man, they are still hot. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. That is beautiful. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of basil and dip that in the sauce. Let's try that. Oh yeah, that basil is so fragrant. Lots of garlic flavor going on there, and super buttery. Those clams are nice and juicy. That's good. Next up are the giant clams. Look at that. That is absolutely huge. Let me try to remove this from its shell, and it is just swimming in that butter that it was grilled in. Oh man, that is holding on very tightly. There we go. Okay, let's try that. That is a one biter. Oh baby. Whoa. That instantly bursted with flavors of half seawater and half butter. Really salty and rich. And then the flesh of that clam is kind of chewy, but at the same time it's like lean. That is really, really nice. So the owners are really friendly here. They let us take a couple pictures before they actually broke down our crab. So you can see she has deconstructed it into the best pieces. We've got the body with the legs, the claw, of course, and then the head. And I'm just gonna peel back this piece of shell and reveal that. That is pure crab meat there. Oh man, that is absolutely beautiful. Let me try to pull this off. Look at that. That is gorgeous. So let's dip this in a little bit of sauce over here. I think this is like a soy with garlic. Not too much though, because I don't want to overpower that natural crab flavor. And I'm just gonna destroy this in one bite. Oh man. Crab has got to be my favorite seafood of all. It just has such an incredible natural sweetness, and there was a lot of meat on that guy. I missed a little piece right here, so let me just suck this off. Oh yeah, we are working our way through this crab. That claw was really incredible, but these legs that I'm working on now are really delicious. There's not much meat to them, but if you break them open right, you can get a decent amount. And it just has such an amazing natural sweetness. Look at that. Look at that. It's like toothpaste, but crab. We pull that out, and it's only a little bit, but let's try that. Oh man, such an amazing sweetness. So what do you think of the seafood meal, Sabrina? How's the crab?
I'm having a feast here, and the crab was surprisingly full of meat.
A little messy.
A little messy.
But delicious, right?
Super delicious.
Finished off with our seafood meal. Nothing went to waste. That was absolutely ridiculously delicious. And every once in a while, it's always good to just have a little bit of a splurge so you can have a really delicious seafood meal like that. And the owners brought us over some Taiwanese oranges. Even though they're green, these are oranges, so let's try these. Oh, those are delicious. They're not sour at all, very sweet. Finished off with our seafood feast. That was amazing, and I thought that was actually very reasonably priced. So now we are definitely going to head to get some dessert. Dessert today is a Taiwanese classic, the mango shaved ice. It's just the end of the mango season here, and this shaved ice looks incredible. I can't imagine anything else I would rather have on a hot day here in Kaohsiung. So let's dig in. You can see all those flakes of ice there. It looks like we've got a little bit of mango ice cream actually on the top too. So let me grab a little bit of ice cream, some of that shaved ice, and a piece of mango. Let's try that. man. That is super creamy. There's condensed milk sprinkled all over top of that. My mouth is watering, I can barely talk. Those mangoes are quite sweet, but they're a little bit sour too. And then, of course, that is nice and refreshing. Just check out all that shaved ice in there. I'm gonna grab a little bit more. Oh man, this is just so good. Oh yeah, Sabrina's gonna like this one.
I've been waiting all day for some mango shaved ice. Let's eat. So sweet and so perfect on this really, really hot day. I love it. Great way to end the day.
You might be wondering how one place can have better shaved ice than the other. I mean, it is just frozen water, but the thing is, it's the way that they cut it. Sometimes you get this kind of flaky, like very thin, almost thread-like ice, and then sometimes you get more clumpy or kind of sheets of ice. This kind is surprisingly delicious, nice and fluffy. Okay guys, that's going to be it for today's episode. What an incredible day of eating here in Taiwan. It is so nice to be back, and we are going to be here for the next couple of weeks, so expect a few more episodes. Next episode will be from the east coast of Taiwan, and that will be our first episode of our East Coast tour, visiting all the major spots along the East Coast. I am super excited for that. And if you're not already, make sure to follow us on Instagram so you can stay up to date on our Instagram stories. The ID for that is down below. And subscribe so that you guys are notified when we post new videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you again from Taiwan very soon. Bye-bye.